Hey guys, welcome back. So today I'm going to do one of my cosmetic clean out videos, but I think I'm going to change the name of these. I think I'm going to call them the Declutter and Inventory, Makeup Declutter and Inventory, just because it's like taking an inventory kind of reminded me of what I have as well, in case I don't get rid of a whole lot. But I have these two little acrylic containers that I got at TJ Maxx. They came in a set. It was like, they were all different shapes. So there's like shorter ones back here, but anyway, yeah, I have two sets of these acrylic containers that I hold my concealers in my Alex 5 drawer. And I have quite a few concealers, quite a few that I want to get rid of. So let's go ahead and jump into it. So first I'm going to start with this one over here because I know more of these are going to be the ones that I don't want to keep. So we'll start with this one. This is the Tarte Maracuja Creaseless Concealer. I really don't like this concealer at all. I just feel it to be very emollient and it just never sets. It's always very sticky, especially under the eyes. I've used quite a bit of it. Yeah, I've been trying to use it up, but I honestly don't care for this concealer at all, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get rid of this. And I've had it for a long time, so I'll probably just throw it in the trash just because I've used so much of it and it's old. And I do apologize if I sound very sniffly in this video. I don't know if I'm having allergies all of a sudden or what. It just kind of started right now, so. So next is this Neutrogena Healthy Skins 3-in-1 Concealer for Eyes. I kind of feel the same way about this one, I just don't like it. So I'm gonna go ahead and pass on this one. Next is this LA Girl Pro Conceal High Definition Concealer, and this shade is in Classic Ivory, which is very odd because it's a very peach. I really wasn't a fan of these. I know a lot of people rave about them, but I honestly just never really loved it. It has a little brush on it, and I'm not a fan, so I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this one as well. Next is this CoverGirl and Olay concealer. Let's see, what is this called? Oh, this is the Concealer Balm, and it's just a stick concealer, which are really not my favorites. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this one as well. Here's another one of the LA Girl Pro Conceal High Definition Concealers. This one's a natural, which is weird because it's also very peach. It almost looks the same as the one in Classic Ivory. Classic Ivory might be a little more peach, but I just not a fan of these, so I'm gonna get rid of that. Next is this L'Oreal True Match. This is the Crayon Corrector, Super Blendable Crayon Concealer, that's what it's called. And I really don't use this, I never grab for it, I really don't like it. So the concealers that are like twist up or like in a crayon form, I just feel like they're too thick to put under the eyes. And that's mostly what I use concealer for, so I'm not gonna keep this one. I never reach for it, I'm getting rid of it, so getting rid of that one. This is the NYX High Definition Concealer. I love this, however this color is in beige and it's just way too dark for my complexion. I think I'm gonna give it to my mom because my mom is a lot darker in skin tone than I am. I'm really pasty white and she's much darker than me, so I'm gonna go ahead and pass this along to my mama. So I have the e.l.f. Maximum Coverage Concealer. It's oil free, and I've been trying to use this now and again. I have the shade in Porcelain, and I'm gonna go ahead and keep this. It's not my favorite concealer, but I don't think it's a bad concealer at all, especially for the drugstore. So I think I will keep this one and try to use it up. So this one's the Hard Candy Glamouflage Heavy Duty Concealer, and I've had this forever, I think since it first came out, which is many, many years old. So this just needs to go in the trash. I used to love it when I first got it, but I was also a lot more youthful then, and my skin has definitely changed. And I really can't use these really heavy duty concealers under my eyes anymore. They just accentuate my fine lines and stuff. So I'm going to toss this in the trash because it's so old, and the last time I tried to use it there was lots of separation, so it's just really old. It needs to go in the trash, so I'm getting rid of that. This is the L'Oreal Visible Lift CC Eye Concealer, and I have the shade in Fair. I really don't love this. It's a very, very thin consistency, but what I like about it is it has this roller ball at the end, so it's really cooling under the eyes, and although it's not my favorite concealer and I wouldn't repurchase it, and I don't love it, I do want to try to use this up. So I'm going to keep that. This is the Physicians Formula Conceal RX. This is the Physicians Strength Concealer. And I have 2 of these. I'm going to try to use that one up over there. I'll show you in a second. This one I'm going to get rid of because it's just, I love this concealer because it has great coverage and it really does conceal well. But like I said, I just don't like using really thick coverage concealers under my eyes anymore. It just accentuates all my fine lines. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this one. And it's in the shade Fair Light. So here's another one in the shade Fair Light. It's the same. As you can see, I've tried to use this up. I've used it quite a bit. So I'm going to keep this one, hang on to it. I will try to apply it with my damp beauty blender under my eyes to sheer it out. But I do want to try to use this up. This was actually in one of my try to use up videos. I can't remember what it was called. Finish 5 by fall or something like that, and I never used it up. But I was pretty close, so I'm going to keep this one and try to use it. This is the Maybelline Master Conceal. I have the shade in Light, and this is a fairly newer purchase to me, and I know a lot of people really love this, but it's really not one of my favorites. Again, it has a little bit of a thicker consistency, which I don't like for under eye concealing. So I am going to hang on to this and keep it and try to use it up just because it's a more recent purchase, but I really don't love it. So I'm going to hang on to that though. So keeping that. So I have these other NYX high definition concealers that I really love. So I'm going to keep all 3 of these. These are kind of backups. I bought them, I think, when NYX was having 40% off at Ulta, or when NYX was 40% off at Ulta. So these 2 here are Porcelain and this one is in Light. So I'm going to keep all of those because I like this concealer. So these are the NYX Wonder Pencils, and I actually really like these. I used to use them a lot for cleaning up under my eyebrows after I would fill them in. And I haven't used them for that in quite a while, but I need to pull these out and use them some more because I obviously have 2 backups. Same thing, I bought these as backups when NYX was 40% off at Ulta. But as you can see, I've used this one quite a bit because I really did use it a lot before. I just haven't used them in a while. So I definitely need to pull these out and give them some love. So I'm going to keep those. Here's another NYX High Definition Concealer in Porcelain. I'm keeping that. So this one's a NYX concealer as well. This is the Above and Beyond Full Coverage Concealer. And I really don't like this. It's a little bit too thick for my liking. So I'm going to pass on this. I haven't used it that much. I tried to use it more recently to see if I wanted to keep it or not, but I really don't like it. I've tried to use it under my eyebrows to clean up, but I don't even like it for that as well. So I'm going to pass on this. This is my CoverGirl and Olay Simply Ageless Eye Concealer in 210. I'm actually trying to use this up. I used to love this. As you can see, it's been given tons of love. Right now, I'm trying to use it to clean up under my eyebrows every day. So yeah, definitely gonna keep this and try to use it up since it's almost there. So keeping that. So this is the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer. I have the shade Warm Light, and I just bought this recently. It's not my favorite concealer. It is kind of pricey. I don't think I would repurchase it. I know a lot of people love it. I do like the applicator though, but I'm gonna use this up, but I don't think I would repurchase it because I do like some drugstore ones better. I just feel like, again, it's a little bit thick for my liking under the under eye area. So yeah, I'll keep this one for now. So these are the CoverGirl Ready Set Gorgeous concealers, and I actually really like these because they have a very thin, light consistency, which is what I need for my under eyes because, number one, I have fine lines under my eyes, so I like a thinner consistency concealer. And also because the shade here in Fair is super light, so it really brightens under my under eye area. They're affordable, and I don't have dark circles, so I don't need a lot of coverage, which is why thin consistency concealers work best for my under eye area. So I'm keeping both of these. This one's Fair, this one's Light, and they just have like a doe foot applicator. So I actually really like these. So definitely keeping those. This is the L'Oreal Visible Lift Blur Concealer, and the shade that I have is in Fair. I think they only have 3 shades of this concealer. I actually really like this concealer a lot. I've been using it a lot lately. It's in Fair. It has a little bit of a pink undertone to it, but I like it because it's a thinner consistency. It's just really creamy, but has good coverage, and it doesn't look cakey or accentuate my fine lines. Blends out really nice, so I love this. I would definitely repurchase this when I'm done. So I'm definitely keeping this one. It looks like I have a lot in there, but it's really a lot of air. I probably used more than half of it already, so really love this. Definitely would repurchase and keep it. So these two are my Maybelline Fit Me concealers, and I love this. It's one of my holy grails from the drugstore. I have, I believe, Fair and Light. Fair is a better match for me because it's light. The light shade, I just feel like it's a little bit dark for a light shade, I guess, in my opinion. But I will keep both in case like I get a little bit of a tan, I can use the light one. But I love this. It's a thinner consistency, blends out nicely, doesn't sink into my fine lines. Love this concealer, definitely keeping these. This one is the Maybelline Age Rewind. This is the Eraser Dark Spot Treatment Corrector. This is actually meant for your face, but I use it under my eyes, and I really like this as well. It has a little spongy applicator on it, makes it easy for application. The only thing is I wish it was clear so I could see how much I had left, but I've used this quite a bit. It's probably almost gone, I would imagine, but definitely love this and keeping it. And then these two are also the Maybelline Age Rewinds, but these are the Eraser Dark Circles, so these are meant for under the eye area. I have 2 shades. I have Light, which is this one here, and I just opened this one recently. Look how much, I mean, I barely opened it and I had to twist it down that much to get product out. Like, that's just ridiculous. And then this one's the Illuminator, so it's a little bit more pink tone, so it's good for brightening. I've gone through probably like 3 or 4 of these in my lifetime. I really love this concealer. It's another one of my holy grails from the drugstore. I just love it. It's a great concealer. I definitely would repurchase these, so I'm keeping both. And this is the Hard Candy Concealer, like pencil. This actually came with the Hard Candy Glamouflage Concealer when it first came out. And I really love this pencil because it's like a concealer pencil, and it's good to clean up under the eyebrows. But it's just really old, so I'm just going to go ahead and toss it. I haven't used it in a long time, so I'm going to get rid of that. Alright guys, so these are all the concealers that I decided to keep because either they're like holy grails, I love them, I have backups, or some of them I just want to use up. There's like a select few that I just really would like to use up. And then over here I have the ones that I'm getting rid of, either tossing in the trash or giving to friends and family. So I had a total of 32 concealers and I'm getting rid of 11. So I think that's pretty great progress for this video because 11 concealers, that's a lot of concealers. So definitely need to use a lot of these up before I purchase any more concealers, that's for sure. But I'm really happy with my progress in this video, so thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a fabulous day. Bye!